Previously on Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Either way, I know now since you just told me about your two crests, your physical weakness, and your short life expectancy. However, according to the principles of crest research, it's impossible to bear two crests.
Edgar, you bear two crests of your own!
And now back to teaching students about war.
Hey everybody, the Great Pikmin 679 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time, we did a paralogue, found out the truth about who the Flame Emperor was and who Rhea is. Surprisingly a little bit early because this was supposed to be the intended last out. Well, quote unquote, last route. But hey, 5 years later, here we are. Let us explore the monastery. Now that we've recruited with everybody. .4 points. Okay. Of course, we're also going to explore somebody being stuck. Is this normal?
Hello.
Is that supposed to be normal? I'm just gonna go that. But geez, it seems that 5 years ago damage was pretty intense around this area. Considering I passed out, no thanks to Whale. Sauna's still not open yet. Miraculously. So right now we're going to explore. And see how our students look. And what classes they are. So much more later.
For 5 years, I've fought for the Empire. I've cut down hordes of enemies. Now I have the same look in my eyes that the boar used to have in his. The look of a savage beast who loves nothing but destruction and violence.
I don't see that look in your eyes.
I hope not. You and Edelgard must not disappoint me. Mark my words. The future you're building had better be worth all this bloodshed.
It better be. Advanced dwells? Okay, what? Oh, okay, it's just this. It's like 20 more. It's like 20 more than last time. I can't recruit anyone else, I guess. Wait. Oh, it's just those two, okay. Wait, it's Fletch. That's weird.
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the Kingdom in alliance. Empire and religion are at open war. It will be difficult for us at first, but corrupt nobles are many. That means the common people will rebel and be joining our side. With you, Professor, the battle tides will turn. I have certainty.
Wow, 3 of the students could give me advanced drills. Interesting. Traveler jump scale. What class are you exactly? A grandmother. Wow, okay. Very interesting philosophian.
I thought you might be at the monastery. That's why I made my way here. I decided to follow your path because I believed in you. Then you vanished. Now that you've returned, I have my guiding light once again. Welcome back, Professor.
Thank you, Rick Knotts. Really, thank you. You only know bows, okay.
Alright, I'm ready to fight. Let's do this!
I'm counting on you.
Leave it to me. I can take on the whole, most of the enemy's army. I know my limits now, Professor.
I see. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. So really, I could train at anybody. Interesting. Most interesting.
Indeed. House Gloucester will remain staunchly neutral in this war, even if we press into Alliance territory.
Lorenz, you're looking mighty wonderful there. Holy crap, your armor is actually pretty cool.
My father is no threat to the Empire. Lady Edelgard surely understands that. The Great Bridge of Myrden, however, is another story. I hear it is held by Judith of House Daphne. She is renowned for her military prowess. We would do well not to underestimate her.
Right. And horse. You know what? Train me into horse! I swear that sounded better in my head.
Hey, Professor. It's been a really long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The last 5 years have been full of heartbreak. Not from girls, but friends and family becoming enemies.
Oh, oof. Sorry to hear.
One of the things that kept me going was the hope you'd return. And now here you are. A lot has changed, but you're back. And it's the first time I can remember being happy in a while.
It's good to hear that. God, look at you. You're like around the same age now. Same age as me. Holy moly. Friend and Dad.
The last 5 years have been difficult at times. My relationship with Edelgard is rather contentious, due to the incident with my father. Nevertheless, I cannot abandon my family's duties. As Duke Eyre, I must play my part in the Imperial Army. Edelgard intends to abolish the nobility, but I know I can dissuade her from doing so.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Actually, let's look at everybody's classes in here. Oh my lord. Warlock. Paladin. Priest. Brawler. Benedetta is also a priest. Dorothy is a mage. Petros a thief. Felix is a mercenary. Sylvan is a cavalier. Annette's a mage. So these are going to be amazing. Ingrid's Pegasus Knight, though. Magnus is a cavalier. Ignatius assassin. Warlock. Hanneman and Manuela is the same. So is Luis. And Samir. And 69. Jeez. Jeebus. Much has changed. Much has really changed indeed. It feels like it's more. Honestly, it feels like we're more.
Within the territories of the Alliance, the Gloucester and Daphne houses dominate the west.
Is the game okay? It's not loading anything. Okay, there's the model. I was getting drastically concerned.
House Gloucester has always supported the Empire. There's not much chance of them defying us. So all that needs to be done to restore peace in the west now is to crush House Daphne.
Right. Do I still face with the thing?
No.
Ah yes, even 5 years later, I can still face through the gate. Good to know that has not changed. Manuela, how's it going? It's been 5 years.
After the battle 5 years ago, the Imperial Army occupied Garreg Mach. The cathedral and several other buildings were destroyed, but
yeah, I can see that.
We've done some repair work here and there, and we're using the buildings as a base of operations.
I see.
As for me, well, the church moved its headquarters to Fargus, and I've seen no reason to follow.
That's good.
When I returned to Enbar, I received a summons from Her Majesty, and I chose to answer.
That's good. Very good to hear.
I was so surprised to hear that the faith of Saros was a sham, my eyes nearly popped out of my skull. But just because the church lied to us doesn't mean that the goddess isn't real. That's my take on it anyway. I'd feel very anxious with no one to pray to.
Yeah, I feel like Sophis is starting to wake up after 5 years of, you know, me being blasted to a good sleep, blasted into a coma. Would that be possible? Probably. If our some blunt force. Good to know that it's still good to know that it's still smithing stones. What about the ice boxes? One note. After the war, we'll have fewer opportunities to fight. If that comes, what should I do? How will I keep our skills up? It's time to get on the best of all Fortland. Hey! That's nice. Pretty nice. Hey, but that room's open. Nice. Very nice.
Professor, do you know how happy I was to hear you were still alive? I'll tell you how happy. For the past 2 days, I haven't had my morning or my afternoon naps.
Oh, that's good. You were taking those naps every day?
Well, as long as we weren't marching. Can't sleep much then. But it's not for want of trying.
I see. I'm so glad that they even allow the students to teach you now after like 5 years of missing. That's nice. That's actually very nice.
You finally joined us, have you?
Yep.
I attached myself to the Imperial Army as well. Seemed the thing to do. I feel I owe it to Edelgard to set my past feelings about the Empire aside. I am happy to help her. It's strange, isn't it? After 5 years, the 3 professors are together once more.
It's a good thing I recruited you guys.
I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
We can talk about it.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
I'm beginning to think that was much less my quest, more so Rhea herself. Believe me, she's quite angry.
Professor, I'm sorry to have dragged you into the fight again so soon after our reunion.
Oh, it's fine. I'm used to this. I'm used to finding us to being brought back together and have to flip some games, I guess.
But you appeared at a most opportune time. I'm truly humbled by your support, my teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can count on me.
And so I will. I'm hoping your abilities from 5 years prior are still intact. Make sure you're ready to head out, okay?
Alright. Oh yeah, I still got these pointless items for Herod.
Allow me to brief you on the details of our situation. The Empire firmly controls the western portion of Fargus. However, the central and eastern regions continue to put up heavy resistance.
I see.
The strongholds in these regions are Aryan Road, the fortress city, and Ferdiad, the kingdom capital. We cannot control Fargus until we have taken both of these cities. As for the Alliance, Houses Gloucester and Ordelia seem predisposed to capitulate to us. However, due to interference from Houses Regan and Goneril, we have yet to secure their cooperation. Claude obviously hopes to keep the Alliance whole through diplomacy, but because we have had to focus our efforts against the Church until now, our forces have yet to meet his. We have only recently begun to take the fight to Alliance territory. I have a request for you.
Sure.
No.
Professor?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. What's that? Do I have brothers in the church? You really are well informed. My older twin works for the Knights of Saros, but I think he's just a grunt. Not a noble gatekeeper like yours truly. Unlike me, he's very devout. He left the Empire a long time ago.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're still here.
A moment, please.
By making an enemy of the Church, disorder is running rampant among the populace. It's quieted down over these last 5 years, though. The well-being of Her Majesty is steadily improving.
That's also good to hear.
Hey! Ah!
Ah?
At long last we meet again. I knew you were alive. I knew you could survive. And 5 years on, you arrive. We're reunited. I'm glad I kept watch for you in the downstream villages all that time. I was so devoted to finding you that I left the Knights of Saros. Now I serve no one other than you. I'll protect you, just as I promised Captain Gerald I would all those years ago.
Well, glad to see you still with me, buddy. Good to have you back. Ingrid.
His Highness, the new king, is in the process of unifying the kingdom under his command. His powerful army has joined forces with the Knights of Saros, who moved their seat to Fargus, and now they're presenting a united front against the Imperial army. They're our greatest enemy, absolutely.
I wonder if we can win.
Presently, it's doubtful. That's why I'm in favor of first capturing Alliance lands. Judith, who defends the Great Bridge of Myrden, is a formidable opponent. We can't afford to drop our guard.
Right. Oh my gosh, you're really wonderful, Elizabeth here.
I'm relieved you're here, Professor. It seems we've reached a stalemate on the war front. I admit I'm feeling apprehensive about fighting the Alliance.
You have to cast aside your doubts.
I agree. It's time to shelve my personal feelings and focus on the bigger picture. I'll fight with full force, I'm counting on you to lead us to victory, Professor.
Gee, for something, slow down.
Hey, Professor, something's been bothering me. Remember that suspicious guy I chased after back when I was a student? A knight scolded me for it, but at the time I really thought I was doing the right thing. Now that I've had more experience on the battlefield, though...
I've been looking for you. There isn't much time, so I'll keep this brief. The knights encountered a band of brigands while out marching. It was hard fought, but we prevailed. Our soldiers are highly trained, but the enemy was formidable, and we weren't expecting combat. There were a number of casualties among our troops.
I pray for the souls.
Much appreciated, but there's a reason I need to bring this to your attention. The brigands all bore identical tattoos of a scorpion on their arms. Please, keep an eye out for that mark in the future.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. If you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my duties.
You do that.
Heck of a coincidence, right? As soon as I mention that suspicious guy, this happens.
Maybe.
But some of the knights died in combat. They died because of what I did 5 years ago. This is my fault. If I'd stayed quiet and tracked the guy down like you said, we would have stopped those brigands sooner. And I wouldn't have blood on my hands.
Not necessarily.
It's no use trying to comfort me. You know I'm right. Just say it. Those poor knights. It's all my fault.
Guess all. It's not your fault. Hey. Ah, wait.
My father used to be a knight in service of the royal family of Fargus. For a time, he was at the monastery. But apparently, he's back in Fargus serving as a knight again. Which means, if I fight with this army, I'll eventually have to face my own father.
Oof. Just stop fighting you?
Terribly. But I've accepted my fate. I'm ready for anything. Of course, if at all possible, I would prefer not to fight my father. This is the path I chose. I have no regrets.
This is the path everybody chose. I don't blame you. How are the plans?
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you.
You too.
These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing. But you're here. It's incredible to see you again after 5 years.
So it's amazing to see all of my students after 5 years.
I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
I get to be good. By the way, what's this? Okay. Randomly spawning item.
Take that!
Fighting more intensely than usual.
Yes, I am in a hurry. Edelgard claims victory after victory. She never stops. 5 years ago, she ascended the throne and swept away the corrupt nobles, my father included. I always thought I would be the one to unseat him. But she did it instead, with all the ease and indifference of someone cracking an egg. Now, as the head of House Eyre, I serve Edelgard. I have to accept that I am her subordinate, working beneath her to reunify Fodlan. The disparity between Edelgard and myself is obvious. She never stops moving forward, single-minded, never wavering. But where does that leave me? Here, flailing about, going nowhere, contributing nothing.
That's not true.
But it is. That is the reality. Not once since our days at the Academy have I exceeded Edelgard's abilities. I saw her as a worthy opponent. She did not even see me as a contender. She did not even consider me at all. As the head of the noble House Eyre, I must be able to achieve results, but all my efforts have come to nothing. Results are everything. I have not shown results, so I will be stagnating here forever.
It's the journey, not the destination.
I appreciate that, but it is not enough to persuade me.
Oof.
I know that I have a massive wall to climb, and I must climb it alone. Even so, may I ask a favor?
Yes?
Professor, please keep an eye on my progress. I would appreciate if you were always by my side. bearing witness to my accomplishments.
I will do. I will do that. Level B. Motivation increased up!
There were clashes with the Kingdom Army near the Western Front, but this is the first time the Alliance Army has had an honest-to-goodness fight. I hear their leader's pretty competent, but the Alliance Army is pretty tough too.
Hey there. Ah, a new face. I am Randolph von Bergles.
Excuse you, we met before! 5 years ago!
I'm the guardian of this place. Wait a moment. I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before.
5 years ago!
Ah, yes! You're Her Majesty's professor. You're alive? Oh, this is my little sister, FE3H.
Oh.
She's just a rookie, but she's helping me as my assistant.
I see.
Hello. I'm FE3H von Bergles. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I know I'm inexperienced, but I'm gonna do my best. You can count on me to look after my big brother.
I've heard you're planning to march into Alliance territory. I'll be here to guard the fort.
Thank you.
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing?
Yes.
You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Gerald.
Oh yeah, him.
He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again. I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble.
Of course. Maybe if you were quieter.
Just like your father. You know all the tricks of the fisherman's trade. I was hopeless at it, but he was a master. In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim. You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man.
Sure.
We spoke before about how Gerald never seemed to age, right? Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip.
Really?
He said he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life.
Really? Is that possible?
Well, we'd both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off. Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100.
What?
And he was telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Gerald, if you don't mind. When Gerald was away from the monastery, what was he like?
He liked to fish.
In other words, he was exactly the same. When he was with the Knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say. He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink. I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Gerald was sitting alongside me.
Motivation also increased. Right, so that does it for the watering sports.
That's right.
This is a wall. I was like, why can't I go here? Realized, that's the wall. That's the wall, vlogs. That's the wall. Good lord. Smear.
What's that look on your face? Surprised to see me? I'm a mercenary. Always have been. Even when I was with the Knights of Saros. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around.
You're here now. Bunny.
Are we leaving for battle? I heard it's a long march, but it's fine. I've had plenty of time to stay inside lately, so I think it's time I went out. Yeah, I can do this. No more Bernie Bear.
Bernie Bear. That's the spirit.
Yes, but, please don't put me up front, okay?
Alright. I'll abide by your wishes. Speaking of which, what level is everybody? Lord. 34, 31, 24, 24, 27, 22, 22, 23, 22, 28, 29, 24, 22, 21, 26, 28, 27, 21, 22, 21, Some of them seem to change the levels. Fair enough, I guess. This is third floor! This is the Archbishop's room. Interesting. Statues. It's so pretty. The view is actually pretty from up here. But given there's no one up here, it's just merely there to sightsee. No actual point of coming up there yet. I say we have a considerable time to see the supports before I continue any further. Let's go.
Standing tall, I see.
Edelgard, hello. What do you think of this horse? An equine marvel, no? Look how intelligent he is. You can see it in his face. Certainly much smarter than your horse.
Oh, what a lovely bloom.
Behold, Edelgard. Do you see this blood-red bloom? This is much more impressive than the pale little sprigs you have there. And as I'm sure you know, redness symbolizes courage and strength.
Yes, he's glowing red. What do you think? Why do you think he's glowing red?
Ferdinand, stop. I can't believe you're wasting my time with a petty one-sided rivalry.
What are you complaining about? You told me not to publish my pamphlet, and I complied.
I've had enough of your foolish antics. Very well. I will grant you the duel you so desperately desire. But when I win, you must forfeit the right to bother me with your ridiculousness. Forever. Do we have a deal?
Ah, so you'll fight me after all? Wonderful. To battle, then! All right, Edelgard. Have at me!
As you wish.
Ha! It only took you one blow? How?
I can't afford to hold back against an opponent like you. I led with my fastest, strongest strike.
Fastest and strongest? You're just flattering me. I have been defeated. Utterly. I cannot believe I was foolish enough to challenge such a plainly superior opponent.
The difference in our skill level is not so great as all that. If you had taken the first strike, you might have won. That's why I didn't give you the chance.
I do not think talent is what separates us so much as readiness. I had not the faintest idea of what to expect from a real duel. I was playing, but you were not. That such an ill-prepared noble would think to challenge you? It is laughable.
Ferdinand.
Gardening with you is a lot of fun, Lady Edelgard.
I feel the same. You know so much about it, Bernadetta.
I looked after flowers a lot back home. I like them. They don't talk, they don't get angry, they don't hit you. And they're sweet.
They are sweet. Unlike people, they can all be trusted on sight.
You're sweet too, Lady Edelgard. I mean, not sweet, but, you know what I mean. You can talk or even get angry all you want.
Well, I'll strive to avoid getting angry.
You're really kind. I'm less scared of you than I used to be. Most nobles are terrifying. I've had lots of bad experiences with them. But getting the chance to talk to you like this makes me glad I came to the monastery.
I'm glad too. You made quite a few friends at the academy, didn't you? I had heard rumors about the reclusive daughter of House Varley, but you're nothing like I imagined.
Rumors? About me? Just pretend you didn't hear anything.
There's no need to be embarrassed. Rumors are meaningless. All that matters is the truth.
You're right. I'm not really a recluse now anyway. Not since I came to the monastery. I won't let the rumors bother me.
I'm happy to hear it. Actually, I should thank you.
Wait, what do you mean?
Thank me? What for? Wait, do you mean you need to thank me for all the times I've made you mad? You do, don't you?
That mind of yours. No, I mean the grateful sort of thanks. Before I met you, I was more prone to anger. But now I've changed in that regard. So, thank you for that. Oh, I suppose you're not listening.
Oh, I'm done for. years' worth of resentment is about to crash down on me all at once! Ah!
It's okay, Bernadetta. I'm thanking you, not attacking you.
Oh, I jumped to conclusions again, didn't I?
Yes, you did. It seems like 5 years ago you still come to that mindset.
You did, yes. But don't worry about it. Enough talk, don't you think? Let's take care of these sweet little plants.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Bernadetta, I hope you'll keep spending time with me.
Of course I will. Hey, look! This flower's just about ready to bloom.
So it is. I can't wait to see its true colors.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields.
Wow.
To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Wow.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you now. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Yep.
Hey, Dorothea, something's been bothering me. I kind of feel like you act more casually around me than you do with other people.
Casually? I don't know what you mean.
I just feel like you're always asking me to do things that might make other people uncomfortable. Like when you asked me to clean your room. You're not very flirty toward me like you are with the other guys. You seem weirdly comfortable around me.
You pay more attention than I would have thought. Hey, are you interested in me? You know, interested.
What? No, it just seemed weird, and I was curious.
I'm kidding. It's true that I do find you quite a convenient little helper at times. It's like you're... how to put it? You're like a little brother to me.
Oh.
Really? That's not exactly a compliment.
No, but it's true. And now that I've thought about it, I like the whole idea. Why don't you try calling me Big Sis and see how it feels?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
I'm embarrassed just thinking about it.
Oh, come on. It's just a goof. You can manage it at least once, can't you? Please? Oh, I know. If you do it, I'll stop using you for my chores. How's that sound?
That's an enticing offer. Fine. Once. Big Sis.
Well done, Caspar. You're such a cute little boy. I'm proud to have you as a sibling.
I'm not cute, and I'm not little. How would you feel if I made you call me Big Bro?
Oh? Well, I wouldn't mind that at all. Big bro. Is something wrong, Big Bro?
Oh, this is the worst.
Oof.
Ah, time to relax.
Professor Hanneman, do you have a moment to talk?
Of course, Miss Dorothea. Whatever is on your mind.
I heard you were once a member of the nobility, and you surrendered your title to come here.
Indeed, I was a noble once. Why are you so curious about that?
I knew there was something noble about your speech and your perfect manners. You're always impeccably dressed, too, and you have a certain pride about you. What interests me is that you threw it all away. Why?
I threw nothing away, child. In fact, by stepping away from its trappings, in my heart I feel closer than ever to the true meaning of nobility.
How so?
Consider this. At its inception, the concept of nobility assumed that the greatest among the populace would rise to power. In my mind, I believe that means those who value knowledge, those who strive for more and wish to protect and guide their fellow man. However, in practice, nobility often serves to keep those deemed commoners down, segregated from those who, by chance, were born to a noble family. That is one of the reasons I decided to leave that nonsense behind and dedicate myself to the study of crests.
I see.
Though I have abandoned my position, in my mind it was to pursue what I consider to be a truly noble pursuit, that of knowledge.
I see. Well, you're definitely a noble in that sense of the word. To pursue such admirable ideas without regard for your social position. How wonderful.
Pardon?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just very moved by your words.
Ah, well, I'm quite pleased to hear you say so.
Like, it's weird. It's weird how nobody else has literally no support with the others. Like, only the females would have an support with me. Which is strange. In fact, this actually makes it all the worse now.
Lysithea, I have to say, you're really impressive. I respect you a lot, and I thought I should tell you.
Okay.
It's just, you know, you're 4 years younger than me, but you work really hard at everything. I mean, when I was your age, I wasted all my time just goofing off and doing whatever I wanted.
Doesn't look like much has changed for you since then. And unlike you, I don't have time to waste, so leave me be.
Are you going to do some extra magic training? I'd be happy to join you, if you don't mind. What do you want to start with?
I am absolutely disinterested in spending any time with you. What is it you want anyway? Clearly, you haven't been listening to a word I've been saying. Perhaps it's because I'm younger. You see fit to ignore me when I speak. Is that it?
What? No. Age has nothing to do with it. You're amazing. You're true to yourself. You know what you want and who you are. Not a lot of girls I know can say that.
Ah, so it isn't my age that's to blame for you breezing over my wishes. It's my gender.
What? Where did you get that idea? I'm just trying to praise your smarts and hard work and everything. It's impressive how someone so young...
Your lack of self-awareness is deeply troubling.
What I'm aware of is you trying to pick a fight. Calm down, kiddo.
Look, I'm really busy. Super, extremely, inordinately busy. I've got one last thing to say to you.
And what would that be?
I'm skilled with magic, and my abilities are finely honed. It's not like I need someone for target practice.
No, but I do.
Okay, now there's a full support, okay. Very inherent black standstill. Which means it's time for me to do the everlasting thing I've been not doing for the past 5 years. Fussing! fish? Yes, Morty, more fish. More fish. I was trying to say, still, I must fish. Perfect. White trout. Oh, come on, really? Oh, that wouldn't buy a good whole head. Oh, perfect. Caledonian Gala. Dang it, always ruined by good. Like, it seems no matter what, no matter the excellence, it's always ruined by at least one good. It's annoying. Ooh! Yes! What is it? Golden fish! Cool. Alright. Time to fish more. And continuing to get more excellence. And perfects. Got running all. So much for bait. In fact, I feel like I'm gonna get a level up after this. Which I really probably should have done, but you know, too late for that now, I guess. Ah. There goes the good. There goes perfect. It'll exhibit Chronicles, even though all I do is press the A button. Quite surprised, really. Quite surprised this is really all it takes. Really all it takes, I guess. I mean, I guess it's much better than the random buttons that it can possibly generate from all the salvaging points, but you know, this is better. This is admittedly much better than I expected. I guess that's it, I guess, but I'm just gonna do this a little bit more just so I can get a level up. And my professor expertise. A-boom, bada-boom, kapush, alley-yup, yup, perfect. Almost. One more to do it. By the way, this music's not being intense for something as simple as fishing. I'm just saying. Well, that's not even enough, like 10 experience. Good. Still not enough. Perfect. Finally! After so long. B+. And that's all we got for out of that, okay. Well, at least 8 more isn't half bad. You know what, let's have a meal. Let's have a meal with Edelgard.
Oh, I love this meal. How did you know?
Ooh, I love this stuff. Did you know that?
It's taking a long way to go yet. And I don't even have enough to get to A-Wing yet? Come on! Freaking new lord.
I never had a chance to cook an N-bar, so my skills are a bit undeveloped.
Well, now's a chance to get them increased at least.
This would go a lot quicker if I could just use an axe or a sword.
I would call at least a support that a sword would be used as cooking material. So yeah, you're kind of not wrong.
Of course.
All right, that's good. Still not enough. Good lord, Edelgard. How much support do you need?
Hey there.
Do I have any roses? Roses would be great. Yeah, of course I have flowers. Why don't I give them to her? Because you can be an idiot sometimes. Geez, thanks, Sakia. Never thought I'd hear that from you. You're welcome. Wait, what is even going on anymore? Beats me. That's not a response!
Return soon, please.
What am I doing? I should have talked to Hubert. Yeah. I'm already getting enough. Freaking. Like I've gotten most of what I wanted from the statues. If I had more time to recruit more party members instead of just trying to convince Hill to join my side.
Right.
Frankly, I would have a much bigger army.
Hey, welcome.
The kingdom and the alliance would probably be much more smaller than expected. Go away to God. The battle begins! Edelgard clearly is superior to the thief. Even though the thief literally did 3 damage to him, Edelgard still reigns supreme.
Let's keep up the pace.
She even has a nice fancy shield. Okay. I'm not gonna commentate everything, I just wanted to do something just to change up the pace from what I usually did.
For the fate of Fodlan. I do not tolerate.
She's fine.
Your death is not in vain.
She did fine. And quickly, no time because we're on to our mission. Already a good start to the month, I guess. Make sure any certificates on play. If any looks they literally get updated, jeez. Maybe just move to an archer for now. All the looks haven't changed though, which kind of is a darn shame. Kind of. Petro's not been able to change at all. Well, I mean, appearances do kind of change a little. A little. Now you too will join the ranks of Assassin. Ding ding ding.
I have...
Sylvain, you seem to do your job well. I guess you're just staying there for now, I guess. See, nothing's changed as of yet, and that's good. Oh. The Great Bridge Coop. The Black Eagle Strike Force has an unexpected encounter with someone who thought he was fire. Mr. Joy